Welcome back to another Kinda Funny screencast. Of course, I'm Tim Geddes, and I'm joined by the producer slash seducer, Nick Scarpino.
Let's rock, Tim.
Let's rock. And the big daddy himself, Greg Miller.
The hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change, my friends.
Do you think we get reference to that in this trailer at all?
Fucking Black Adam says it. I hope it just doesn't make any goddamn sense and he says it in the trailer, because why the fuck not?
Yeah. Of course, this is the Kinda Funny screencast where each and every week we get together to talk about the latest in TV, movie, and trailer news. And we react to trailers all the time. It's a great, fun time. And we're eating. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an insane time here at Kinda Funny, both on the Kinda Funny side and the Kinda Funny Games side. Summer Game Fest is happening, so stay tuned to twitch.tv/KindaFunnyGames and youtube.com/KindaFunnyGames for all of our latest reactions and previews and impressions and everything that has to do with video games over the next week. And then on the Kinda Funny side, we got so much popping off right now. We're doing trailer reactions to Black Adam. We got our weekly discussions about Ms. Marvel, about Kenobi, about The Boys. Last week, we had a Stranger Things Volume 4 review go up. It's insane. So much stuff. So please check it out on youtube.com/kindafunny or roosterteeth.com. You can also get it as a podcast by searching your favorite podcast service for Kinda Funny Screencast, and we'll be right there for you. If you want to get the show ad-free and watch live as we record it, you got to go to patreon.com/kindafunny, just like our Patreon producers, Gordon McGuire, Molecule, and Fargo Brady have done. We appreciate all of you so very, very much. Today, we were brought to you by MeUndies, but I'll tell you about that later. Greg,
yeah,
you excited for this one?
I mean, yeah, it's a superhero movie and it's The Rock. I love The Rock. I joke about, I think, God, he's overused the hierarchy of power thing, but like, I'm excited to see The Rock in it. Yeah, like it's not, the JSA and Black Adam and not my corner of the DC universe. So it's not like I'm like, oh, I can't fucking wait to see this, but I'm excited to see The Rock do his thing.
Nick, all kind of like jokes aside and everything, like, is there a chance that this gets you going at all?
I think there is every bit as much a chance that this gets me going as the Jungle Cruise. And then that's to say, I didn't see the Jungle Cruise, so we'll see. No, I mean, listen, I'm gonna give it a fair shot. It's to Greg's point, it's a superhero movie. I love superhero movies, and I love The Rock. So let's give it a shot.
Let's give it a shot. Roger, please hit play.
Black Adam.
The trees on that
what
ship?
What have your powers ever given to you? Nothing but heartache.
He looks dope.
I was a slave
shit.
until I died. Then I was reborn a god.
You hear that shit, Raj? We'll watch the throne action.
Sacrificed his life to save me. Now, I kneel before no one. In this world, there are heroes.
I feel the pain in my city wherever I go.
And there are villains. Heroes don't kill.
Very Avengers.
Well, I do.
Okay. That was the best end possible to that scene.
You have two choices.
Oh yeah, Iron Man.
You can be the destroyer of this world, or you can be its savior. That's up to you.
Behind you! Did he just catch a rocket?
He got a rocket.
All black everything. You know my fresh coat.
Okay, Greg Miller, what'd you think?
Yeah. It's The Rock doing superhero stuff, and I mean, he's not a hero or whatever. Whatever the fuck, it's anti-hero bullshit they're always pushing. But yeah, it looks like he's going to be doing super heroics there, and I'll go see it. I mean, obviously for DCEU in review, I have to go see it. But like, yeah, okay. I'm not blown away. I'm not like amazed. I'm not like, whoa, it's The Rock in a superhero suit, which is what I was expecting and what I would pay money to see.
Nick Scarpino.
I mean, it looks good. It looks like, from a production value standpoint, it looks exciting, and it looks like a lot of the choreography and the effects are hidden. So, yeah, I mean, my trepidation with any of these Rock movies is that it's going to be The Rock, and The Rock just always kind of just doesn't ever lose. But
How can you not be The Rock?
yeah, I mean, it's, even looking at this, I'm like, none of these people around him look like they have any chance of like beating whatever the character is. But I mean, it looks exciting enough for me to sit in a theater with a giant popcorn and waste the carbs on it. So yeah.
The one thing I guess about it before Tim, you chime in of like, what do I think of it? My one thing is it looks very samey. You know what I mean? Like it looks, and I know this is the first look in the first trailer yet, but I mean like the color palette for virtually every shot, look in like all the sand and all this. I understand what they're doing, but like especially if they're in Kahndaq, which is I know is so big to Black Adam, but like, okay, so is it just gonna is it gonna be indistinguishable shot to shot or whatever? I don't know. Sorry, Tim, what do you think of it?
Yeah, no, it's funny. I think that this is way more interesting than I expected it to be. I guess here's the thing. The bar is so low for these movies, especially for something as kind of niche as Black Adam, for me at least personally, when it comes to DC properties, that I look at this and I don't get Morbius vibes.
Sure.
I'm like, okay, cool. The way that his power set kind of looks, like the way he looks flying and the little fast moving stuff, like it does seem kind of like a good iteration on what we've seen from Man of Steel and kind of the DCEU Superman. But in 2022, with what they can do, like it seems like they've learned a lot of lessons, visually at least, for how to show these power sets and make it kind of interesting. It does seem very samey, and it doesn't seem like they're doing anything that is like truly unique. Like nothing in this trailer we haven't seen before. But I like that they're leaning on things that I've liked, like a lot of vibes from the Avengers 2012 battle of the kind of hover bike situation going on, and the pretty much remake of the Iron Man 1 trailer of him flying next to the bogies. Like that stuff's cool, and it's like, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And the MCU kind of has a proven track record in a way the DCEU doesn't so far. But yeah, I don't think this has anything unique about it that gets me excited, but it does. Watching this trailer gets me a little bit more like, hey, watching this in theaters isn't going to be the worst thing in the world, which it very well could be. Getting this whole cast of other characters with different power sets, I think might be that kind of visual distinction that I'm looking for in this. And that's not so much environment, but just more kind of like just color in any sense. Go for it, Nick.
I don't mind that in this, though. I mean, I don't mind this. Obviously, they're going for a darker tone overall with this, so I don't necessarily think that we need to lean into the criticism that people have had where it's like, hey, where'd all the color go from all these movies? As far as like the costumes and stuff are concerned, I like the way I like the color pass on this. I think it looks good. I mean, overall, visually, I think this movie looks high end and AAA. I think it could be cool. I just need there to be something in there for me, and I think. When I think about the DC movies that I like, I mean, Shazam pops into my brain just because it was so fun. And we had, there was a spirit of adventure with that. I'm not getting that from this one. This looks like it's going to be kind of straightforward, but like even this shot where I think this is supposed to be kind of a comedic beat is pretty serious.
Them rolling up the windows, I thought was
that was funny. That was funny. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, obviously I'm excited for the second trailer to see if they do a little bit more of whatever's going on with the story and see if there's a little bit more personality in this. Because I think that is sort of what you come to expect of The Rock. You want him to be sort of charming, and this kind of gives me Scorpion King vibes a little bit.
See, that's my problem with it, right? Where it's like this whole I'm not I do kill or whatever, right? Like, is this going to be the traditional like he's the anti-hero, almost verge of bad guy, and then by the end he like what? No, like not that he won't still stop killing or whatever, but like he'll come to be the good guy anyway, kind of shit, like. Is it that on the? I'm surprised, and I think I vaguely remember, maybe not, but I'm surprised there's no more direct tie into Shazam. I thought that not a direct tie in, it's sort of like Zachary Levi is going to be in it, but in the way of like the backstory they're giving him. He was a slave and he was resurrected as a god, and they're using like actual science or technology there to do it. Like I thought there was going to be more of a tie to the Wizard. I always thought that this Black Adam was going to be, and I
thought they were like direct analogs, right? Isn't Black Adam supposed to be sort of like the antagonist for
sure?
Shazam?
And it was also, the Wizard mentioned that there had been in Shazam, there was a guy who came before or whatever that he had cast out.
I mean, his suit
is the Shazam suit, right? Like,
right. So I mean, like, I'm surprised that like we're not seeing, it's not more magical. He was a slave, then he became the Wizard's right hand man, then he started to cross the line. The Wizard, powers him down, but this whatever. Maybe it still will be. I don't know.
It's a delicate balance, honestly. And that was when they sort of announced him doing this, I was like, I don't think they're gonna be able to use The Rock in that capacity to push this toward being sort of an overarching bad guy, right? I think this is gonna this Tim was talking about how this didn't give us like Morbius vibes. Well, it does put me in that category with Venom, where I'm like, how do you make this character who does all these heinous things a protagonist? How do you make them a hero? And it can be done. I think we saw that with Suicide Squad, where there's a way to make bad guys fun to watch and to make them sympathetic characters. But I don't know if off the offset, my worry with this movie has been the same, is that I don't know how you do that well with The Rock, who traditionally does not play characters like that, or allow characters that he is playing to dip into those levels.
Yeah, I kind of think you're onto something here, where there's like a triple whammy of potential problems that I think are going to be really hard for them to kind of overcome. One of them being we rarely see a good story that's I'm a good guy that does bad things, but I'm good at the end of the day. Like, that's hard to kind of balance. And we've seen it before. So for this to do it in a unique new way that we're happy with, I think is going to be a tall order. On top of that, the idea of, this character is just completely invulnerable to things. Like, he has no problems. There's no threat. That's hard to tell. And then there's the third pillar that is, typecasting can be hard. And the moment that an actor is more famous as the actor than the character he's playing, like, that can be difficult, where Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man, is Tony Stark. We see that, and like, it kind of can go back and forth. The Rock is The Rock. And I feel like I'm not speaking for everyone in the world, but we all here like The Rock for a very specific reason. And it is his charisma. It's how charming he is. It's his quips. It's how funny he is while being this dominant force. Just the dominant force part. And it's similar to John Cena in a way, where it's like, I don't want to get what we got in Fast 9 from John Cena, where it's like, here's this incredible comedic powerhouse, and then you just make him this serious dude
the entire time,
that makes him really lame. And getting a one note, I'm a good guy that does bad things, Rock superhero in a DC franchise in 2022. It's like, y'all really have a lot of things you got to do to impress us.
Well, especially if you want to talk about, I mean, we should get to the trailer analysis as well too, but if you want to talk about John Cena, that's a perfect comparison, right? John Cena from Fast 9 to John Cena in Peacemaker are two different ways you can treat a character like that, right? Where you have a one-note character in Fast 9 where he's like, I'm bad and I'm badass and indestructible, and I'm just go up against the other indestructible guy and I'm just a little less indestructible, versus him crying in his underwear on the floor of his trailer because his life's falling apart and he thinks he's actually a bad guy. He's conflicted about all the things that he's done, and it's taken a traumatic toll. I don't see The Rock allowing himself to be that vulnerable, but I would like to be surprised with this. But already, if you're looking at this as we go frame by frame, I'm already being like, you could already see The Rock being like, listen, I have to be smaller when we're going back in history, but I can't be too small. I still got to be jacked. I still got to be jacked by normal standards. But when I become Black Adam, I got to be uber jacked like The Rock. Stuff like that. I'm like, I mean, I understand it, but I don't know. We'll see how that shakes out.
We're about to do a frame by frame breakdown, talk about this whole trailer. But before we do that, let me tell you about our sponsors.
Are people still trying to make plans with you this summer? As if you aren't booked and busy already, you're just gonna have to tell them to try again in the fall. You've got pool days, pride parades, bachelor parties, and beach vacations waiting for you, because when you're living your best life, the last thing you want to worry about is butt sweat. I'm Greg Miller, and my butt never sweats because I wear MeUndies. You've heard it a million times. I like MeUndies so much. With my first pair, I bought a whole bunch more and threw away the rest of my underwear. They're the best. MeUndies has the lightest, most breathable fabrics to keep you cool and comfortable wherever you go. From undies to bras bralettes to socks to loungewear to swimwear, you can find something for all your plans. MeUndies also releases new prints all the time, like their limited edition Pride collection. Find your ultimate summer comfort in sizes extra small to 4XL. MeUndies has a great offer for my listeners. For any first-time purchasers, you get 15% off. For a limited time, if you sign up for their free-to-join MeUndies membership, you get 25% off your first membership item. To get 15% off your first order, 25% off your first membership item, and 100% satisfaction guaranteed, go to MeUndies.com/kindafunny. That's MeUndies.com/kindafunny. No one likes waiting on a paycheck, especially when you've got bills due. Good thing there's Chime. Now you can get your paycheck up to 2 days earlier with direct deposit. That's up to 2 more days to save, pay bills, and generally just feel good about your money situation. But Chime is about more than just getting paid early. It's also an award-winning mobile app, checking account, debit card, and optional savings account. So what are you waiting for? Hopefully not your paycheck. Get started with Chime today. Applying for a free account takes less than 2 minutes. Get started at chime.com/KFgames. That's chime.com/KFgames. Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank or Stride Bank NA. Members FDIC. Early access to direct deposit funds depends on your payer.
All right, Raj, you good to start this bad boy over?
Let's do
Thank you
this.
so much. Let's do it, man. One thing I want to shout out is the soundtrack. I thought was awesome. It's Kanye and Jay-Z from Watch the Throne, Murder to Excellence, which is cool because like a lot of that album kind of dealt with the idea of like being more than just a person, like what power means and what being a god means and what being a king and all that stuff. Like the opening lines of the album are human beings in a mob. What's a mob to a king? What's a king to a god? But what's a god to a non-believer who doesn't believe in anything? And I think that that's really cool, kind of thematically with Black Adam of what they're trying to build here. And also, I just miss hearing Jay-Z and Kanye in trailers, so
Sure.
that was fun.
Yeah, that beat was dope as hell. So obviously we're seeing it. This is where I'm curious how they got him. This stuff gets me curious, right? How are they? He was a slave back in the day. Dies. Now how they're getting his body and they're resurrecting him with some sort of.
You wonder if what we're seeing
He must have been
there,
revived as a
right?
god back in the day, right?
Well, if you wonder what we're seeing there, right? Because they show coming up, or maybe it was before Rock cradling his son. His son died or whatever, and it looks like he's in full Rock form there. So I wonder if this is actually present day, and he's called down Shazam and gone back to his small body, his normal body, slave body or whatever.
Oh, I see. So his normal body is so just like Shazam's body was.
Yeah, he'd be small.
His normal body is he's just still way more jacked than I'll ever be. Got it. Understood.
And Nick, you could commit to that. You could commit to
fucking
that.
way. I'm not. I'm getting a Bowflex, guys. I'm committing.
Couple things I want to shout out here. He looks incredible. And a major shout out to his color choice of suit. I'm a big fan of that teal with the yellow. It's a nice little pop
Are you talking
color
about Pierce
combination.
Brosnan here? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
With the dicky, with his dicky or whatever, a cravat.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Dicky out.
It's gonna be fun to see him as Dr. Fate.
And that's
So,
the other
yeah,
thing too, is
this
like
would
we're
be the
getting to the
past.
point with DC stuff that I like. Greg, you said Dr. Fate. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is. Like,
Yeah.
So
We're talking about
that's-
JSA stuff, right? Just the Society of America stuff now. So they're talking about a more golden age of comic books than what we're used to. But yeah, see, so here he is in the past dying, use him,
Or his son's
or
dying.
watching his son die.
Yeah, he mentions his son died for him, so
And
this
then
is him
dying.
dying.
Now, hold on. What's going to be important here, and I could be talking on my ass, go one frame for Raj, I'm sorry, to the woman's face, is this is going to be, I believe, I'm not familiar enough with the actress, obviously, because this is all happening fast and loose and I haven't watched it, but Sarah Shahani, who is Isis and Adriana Tomaz in this, I believe that, I'm not good, I'm opening up her face profile pic here. I assume this is her in the past, and then when we get her in the car later on, that's the reincarnation of her. Another thing that happens with like Isis and Hawkman
interesting.
and Hawkgirl and all that shit. Like there's a bunch of reincarnation angles here.
Interesting.
So you would
Got it.
assume that, yeah, like as I speak out my ass about what I would do in this thing, right? Is that Black Adam's been chilling underground or whatever. These guys come in, get a hold of him, bring him back to the present, and then when he's unleashed on a brand new Kondak, he's got to go out there and find his Isis again.
Can we scroll back for a sec, Raj? Sorry.
Sure, to her face.
No, just to this little temple area that he's in, this underground area.
Which
Is it
looks
kinda-
very similar to the Shazam Wizard Room,
That's
but
what I
it
was
isn't the
gonna say.
Shazam. It isn't the
Yeah.
Shazam Wizard Room.
I'm curious. I mean, obviously, I think that's gonna have some tie-in. Hopefully,
But again, like, this could easily be that maybe I'm not too far off the mark before, right? He's dead, brought back as a god, and then rather than having his powers stolen or whatever, he's entombed here. These guys find out about that, and I mean entombed alive, like he's been here alive the whole time. These scientists find out about it by reading, ancient carvings or whatever. They bust in, they find him, he fights them, but they're able to get the drop on him, bring him back in his, again, depowered form to test him and do whatever. But of course, Hooker Kirky breaks out of that.
And that you feel like this explosion is him saying.
I think they
whatever-
break it. No, I think he's already him there. I think this is them breaking in and getting into the fight with him for the first
Got
time
it.
in the present.
Because there's always that big explosion when he becomes Shazam, right? Where he's like Shazam and everything goes.
And this is an interesting too. If you want to look back at it, if you want to go back a frame and forward a frame, Raj, we see him grabbing his son in the Black Adam costume, and then this shot is him not in the Black Adam costume. So theoretically here, see, it actually changed. No, it didn't change over.
No, I think it's just the shadows on it. He's wearing some sort of necklace.
No, you think it is? So you think it is?
Yeah, I think it's
Roger,
the same shot.
dial me back just a little bit.
Because you can see the glistening of his biceps, and you don't get that kind of glistening in a suit.
Good call,
That's
good
just.
call.
Oh yeah, you get look at that arm vein.
Jesus Christ, he's still jacked.
I really do want to give. I know I said this already, but like I want to give a shout out to this for looking a lot better than most of the DC movies do. Like I like the color treatment that they have for this, and
Yeah,
it does have that AAA look to it.
visually, you're right. Visually, I think it's stunning. I think this is hitting for me. On that note.
Hold on here, only here 1 second. Nick, how pissed off do you think Hollywood was when The Rock was like, I'm going to keep getting tattoos? And they're like, we're going to have to put makeup on you or digitally take them out every time. Can you please not do that?
I think that majority of Hollywood pissed off. Makeup artists were like, we are going to work forever.
We're gonna clean
because
it
The
up.
Rock does 15 movies a year. So yeah, that's pretty, that's
Fair enough.
yeah. But also, I mean, they had to, they I'm not crazy, right? They digitally like made him smaller in some of these when he's just normal.
I don't
person.
think
Or that's
yes, they
someone else's
did.
body.
Like the body we see getting wheeled into the thing is
Not his
remarkably
body,
smaller. This shot here, I can't. I don't know. I think he is in Black Adam
in
form.
peak form, in Black Adam form. I think you're right. He's just not wearing that. He doesn't have the costume for whatever reason on.
Yeah, maybe the thing around his neck is some version of like the costume. Yeah.
So
Interesting.
death
Yeah,
of his
Power
son.
Ranger shit.
This is him in the cool coat.
So yeah, I would
so he's
say
in that
maybe
kind
you
of tomb.
bust in and they bust in. Okay, so if you stop right here, Raj, you see in the background there that
two people from
woman,
the van.
Sarah, right, who is ISIS / Adriana, and that guy who was like, he caught a rocket. So you assume maybe those two are the more Egyptologists, you know what I mean? They're the ones who are the archaeologists. They're the ones who have been, that these people have been hired because they're the experts to try to find Black Adam and find the power that has been stored away for years, decades, Jesus, centuries.
Yeah.
And they're here as they actually break in and find it. And then they're going to see all hell break loose. Then they're going to run away in the car. That's when Black Adam will walk towards them. That's when they fire a rocket at him.
Right.
This is a cool shot. See, those are bullets bouncing off him, Nick. And then he's like, you know what?
I
I'll fly up a
understand.
little bit. You guys are fucked.
Do you think that when they did this with The Rock, they were like, we need your feet to lift off the ground? And he was just like,
Got
give me two dip bars. And I'll
Probably.
just dip
Yeah.
my feet
He's like,
off the ground.
I'll save you some money on the special effects.
Somebody just all I need is a pull-up bar in sight, and I'll levitate myself with my biceps.
So this is interesting too, the way this is shot, right? So you figure again, yeah, they show up here. Maybe this is even in the opening of the movie, right? Where they come up and we don't see The Rock's face, and it looks like, we wouldn't see this even when he walks past the truck. We don't see the face until it's blown off by the rocket, and then he's like full on Black Adam fucking people up out there. That's probably a big reveal.
And
Not
even
a big reveal, but a moment.
Even there, Roger, you can go back just to that close up of him. It's kind of interesting where it is such a similar costume to Shazam's, but even if you look at his arm, it's clearly a little bit more tied to some type of cultural situation of him.
Yeah, it looks like there's hieroglyphics written on it, maybe.
What is this incredible thing he's blowing up? Look at all.
He's blowing up this statue that
sculpture
has
of
all these
people.
little men standing up to this big person who's the god. You don't maybe
Yeah.
again, who is that god? I don't know.
Are they standing up to him, or are they just clinging to him for
They're
warmth?
clinging to. I mean, they're standing around him and climbing up each other to get to him.
Because I drink a lot of
And he's
soda, I
like,
get
"Fuck
cold.
this thing! I hate this guy.
Yeah,
I
let's
hate the
blow it up.
It
wizard."
looks like Mount Your
I mean,
Friends.
it's an interesting setup, right? Like the anti-hero. It's just I'm hoping they can do it well enough to make it compelling for me.
For sure.
But yeah,
And again, we all want to love The Rock, so it'll be interesting to see if they can make us be like, Not that I don't love the Black Adam, but I don't cheer for him kind of thing.
sure.
If you go forward a frame there, yeah, you get again, stop here. we have JSA coming out to. You assume Black Adam's been resurrected. They have to come. Maybe they're part of it. Maybe. No, I guess that doesn't make sense. That they would have sealed them away. But again, from left to right, you have Atom Smasher, Hawkman, and Dr. Fate. Of course, Atom Smasher, Joey, and Joey's crush, I guess man crush too from To All the Boys I've Loved Before. What's his name?
Noah
Oh,
Centineo.
Sentinella. That's awesome.
Who got yacked for this role.
Oh, he was pretty jacked into All the Boys.
But yeah,
bro.
go watch
That's why
go watch the latest.
That's why he got a
All the
letter,
Boys.
bro. That's why.
Go watch all the latest. To All the Boys I Loved, and he is huge.
I mean, I keep up on my.
Raj, can you roll me back 2 frames there? I just want to see what that logo is on the thing. Okay, it's just Earth. Thanks.
Is it?
It looks like Thundercats.
It looks like the Thundercats
Yeah.
logo.
Crossover, man.
That's
what we've been waiting
awesome.
Oh,
for.
it's probably Hawk. It's probably Hawkman.
Hawkman. So the Hawkmen,
Oh yeah.
are they leaning into Hawkmen being like the alien race of Hawk people, or is this Hawkman?
I doubt it. I would think this is going to be more of the
Is this our Hawkman for DC?
Egyptian, the gods kind of type part of Hawkman,
Okay.
which was more the one they've done in Stick With Me, Legends of Tomorrow.
Is that was his backstory? This looks incredible.
I'm rusty. That's been a while, but it was that they were him and Hawk Girl were. Yeah, their thing was they would die and reincarnate and have to find each other in the next life, but they wouldn't remember each other right away, so they'd have to go through and do that whole thing.
I'm basing all of my knowledge on any of this stuff off of the Justice League animated series.
I hear you. And what a great run that was for it, but no.
Good
And
run.
Okay. So to be clear, I'm Googling this because I wanted to make sure. Yeah, this is the Carter Hall Hawkman. He's credited as Carter Hall, who was the Egyptian one. Over on Wikipedia, in the days of ancient Egypt, Prince Khufu, maybe Hufu, is engaged in a feud with his rival of Egyptian. It goes on this way.
Got it.
He's reincarnated eventually as the American archaeologist Carter Hall.
Okay, that's cool. And this is
There's
Atom
Atom
Smasher.
Smasher.
And this guy's the Ant-Man equivalent, the analog.
Kind of, yeah.
God, he looks good. Let's
Like Adam, I think the Adam would be more that guy. I forget if I think
so. He's not the Atom. I'm confusing those.
No, there's two different.
Atom
There's two different.
ATOM is the Ant-Man sort of analog for the DC universe, right?
Yes, the Atom would be our Ant-Man.
Is that Dr. Fate?
Atom Smasher is just known for his super strength.
Yeah.
He grows. He doesn't get small.
So
Whereas
you can't go down to the
Ant-Man,
part
Atom
like
can fuck
the-
around. This
the
is Dr.
size of
Fate.
an
Yeah,
atom.
this is Dr. Fate.
Is he Dr. Strangey?
Yeah. I mean, he's not Mystic Arts, but yeah, he's the same thing. I don't know how they'll display his powers. This very much looks like Mirror Dimension, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, I don't. He isn't like the exact same thing, but he is the magic dude. Yeah.
It's interesting though because that helmet doesn't look the same as the
Well,
helmet.
roll
he
me
put
back
the
on this one.
ship.
Who's this?
This
Is
the
this
big
Hawkman
baddie.
maybe dropping and changing?
Feels very colorful
maybe.
for him.
Yeah, that's what
too
I'm thinking.
green.
It
This
almost
has
looks
to
like
be-
it
this
almost
has to
looks
be
like a
who the big
woman.
baddie is.
You think this is the baddie?
Yeah.
But it's dropping out of the Hawkman plane so that's one thing. It's got to be Hawkman because it's dropping out of the Hawkman plane. But
Why is it so
that is
green?
very green.
I feel like it's Dr.
green.
Fate because like they're the colors of his what I was complimenting earlier, and it seems like it's turning into
the
the colors
colors.
he's wearing later.
Okay,
Maybe.
But
I don't
maybe
know.
not.
Does it
Yeah.
not look like he has breasts here?
It looks like Jean Grey. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I see like red hair, like
Oh,
long, red
yeah.
flowing hair. And now I'm gonna look up the IMDb. We're gonna figure this out. Roger, don't move off this frame. Everyone sit in silence.
Oh, here we go. Hold on. On IMDb, they have Quintessa Swindle listed as Cyclone. That would make sense for how she's coming
Oh,
in.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that makes sense.
Yeah, and Cyclone's colors look just like this. Yeah.
Cool,
She's
cool.
green and
Is
yellow.
she a hero?
That's kind of fun. Some new visuals.
This is cool. These look good.
Cyclone is a fictional character. She is the granddaughter of the original Red Tornado and a member of the Justice Society of America. So yeah, there you go.
That's Red Tornado. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Very Battle for New York.
But it's the battle for Kondak.
Love the
There you
FedEx
go.
logo.
Yep.
Awesome.
Hawkman throwing Black Adam down. So
go back
we're
to
gonna
that
dust
FedEx
up
logo.
immediately.
No arrow. Oh no, it's
You
the-
figure if
okay.
he's the Carter Hall and he's the reincarnated Egyptian guy, he's gonna know about Black Adam. He's gonna know that this guy, we locked you away for a reason.
So you figure the setup is not the Justice League. Sorry, what's the other
Justice Society of America,
Yeah,
JSA.
So they're coming to fight Black Adam in this.
Yeah.
They see him as a threat. This is cool.
I
I mean, I'll be honest with you. That fucking Hawkman armor looks dope.
Oh yeah,
That
oh, yeah,
helmet's
big time.
incredible.
Yeah.
That is cool. That is a good. That's good production design right there to just kind of lean into the old school armor aspect of it instead of making it more of a costume.
Well,
That's
even like
badass.
the like obviously the hooked nose is sick, but like it's kind of like the talons of like a hawk's little
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah, it's dope.
And here we are back to ISIS being in the front.
Oh, this dude doesn't know who he's messing with.
Yeah, it's classic superhero movie like setup, but I did like the punchline of it of him just getting straight
Just
launched.
throwing him into the sun. This is the stratosphere. That guy's dead.
I
What
don't
is
have
this
an answer, so
fence
please,
area.
audience, shout it out if you know. That kid in the purple shirt with the gold star, that looks too. That's like so eye catching. That's got to be.
It has to be
more
a
important.
choice.
Yeah, I don't know who that is though, off the top of my head. I can't bring you anything on that information. I'm looking through IMDb to see if they got anything. But there's a lot of gaps in IMDb's knowledge.
Yeah, they don't like to share the information beforehand and spoil it. Look
It's
at that,
rude,
Tim.
you know?
I need you to start wearing vests that also have collars on the vests. Like
Mhm.
that's
feel you.
incredible.
Yeah.
God bless Pierce Brosnan. We all thought his career was over after the Tailor of Panama, but he's back, baby.
I can't believe I like this shot, but I do.
I like
Him
it.
flying next to the Top Gun guys?
Yeah.
It looks good.
It just
real.
looks good, man. Like
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm a sucker for a boat out dude just flying around. Why not? All right. It's cool.
Not that we're questioning it. Sorry, I think that Pierce Brosnan shot was much clearer that it's Hawkman's logo. So the thing I was like, is that a world? And we're like, oh, I guess it's Hawkman's logo. That it's way clearer on the chair.
No,
Pierce
Greg, we
Brosnan
already
did.
decided it's the Thundercats logo. That's a
Thunder,
crossover.
Thundercats.
Yeah,
See
this
it come
kid's in a
back to
bunch
this
of stuff,
kid.
so he's got to be something.
And then here, this is interesting, right? Black Adam statue. It looks like in the background there.
mhm.
So again, this has got to be Kondak. It's got to be all right. He's the ancient, the secret. They've all it's a myth. There was no Black Adam. Yada yada yada. And then these guys are like, well, I proved there's a Black Adam. They go and they crack him out of the mountain where he's been
We
imprisoned
found
by
him.
Dr. Fate, maybe. But it seems that weird that he get out and then at any point have a conversation with any of these people. If you imprison me for thousands of years, I'm gonna fuck up you right away. I'm not gonna talk to you about being a hero.
Yeah, the costuming is pretty cool. Like even for these kind of generic bad guys, it's like it's a dope looking little helmet.
Hey, I like your little helmet guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of the costuming too, I love this look for him.
Oh, yeah.
The sort of tattered version of Shazam. I love that the lightning bolt at his chest is like looks like it's on fire. I
Yeah.
don't know what's going
This
on
is
with
the
that, but it's cool.
Master Chief in the Halo 5 trailer that never was.
Yeah. It's cool. These two, you figure, got to be the comic relief for the whole thing, right?
No,
least
well,
the big
the
man.
guy, yes. The woman,
Yeah.
no. The woman's gonna be ISIS. She's gonna be important. This guy, yeah, is definitely gonna be there. And then Rock gets his first look at her here, and he's like, "Wait, ISIS?" And then this guy's like, "I got a crazy rocket." And Rock's like, "The fuck you do? What is this technology?
that
I've
what's
never
his
heard
name?
of this." Well,
Raj, can you frame by frame through the zip zap, the teleport?
sure. Zoom, zap, zoom. Let me go back.
Because again, I'm kind of impressed by this.
The zip zap zoom.
Tim loves a good zip zap.
That looked
I've
cool.
said that for years.
Oh my god. No, okay.
Yeah, I think I just want to see it. I just
Yeah.
liked it.
Man, it makes me want to get one of those old school Volkswagen vans. I
Vans.
love those things. My buddy Stu had one of those for a while. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh wait.
So the thing says electronics. So maybe they're like the tech people.
Oh.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't. But it looks like I hear you, and maybe I just think that it looks like more of a van they just like
Yeah.
stole than that. Yeah, I mean maybe they are, but I think maybe he is and she's the archaeologist or whatever.
Oh, that is him. That guy's a comic. That's Mo Ammar. We saw him at Cobb's. That's
Oh, wow.
awesome. That's
And
right.
real
He
quick
just-
too, just
he just put a Netflix
quick
special
Google.
out.
I would not have been able to pull this out of my head. Shiruta is the capital city of Kondak. And that's what it's Ruda Electronics. So again,
Yeah.
confirming we're in
How
contact.
do you not know that, Greg? Jesus.
I'm sorry,
This is
everybody.
Bush League out here. Thank you for the Google.
And that's it.
There we go. October
October
21st. We will be adding it to DCEU in review. Where will it rank? I hope high.
Oh yeah.
Watch this trailer. Definitely higher than I thought it was going to be. Didn't blow my socks off in any way, but you know what? Good on you guys. Let's figure some things out. Let's fix some stuff, DC. I believe.
I can feel it in the air. The hierarchy of power has shifted in the DCEU.
I hope he
Which
says
way
it.
did it shift?
Let us
towards the
know in the
Rock side,
comments below where it's going to shift. But until next time, I love you all. Goodbye.